again, Celica super fans. We have a Kyosho here, pretty old one. It's I don't know if this is the original packaging. It looks like it was a adhesive blister pack, but I bought it locally, so I'm not sure what the original owner did to this. I've been wanting this model for quite a while. I first saw it on I think XLT Off-Road Bear's channel, and he's always showing it off because it's a pretty sweet looking car. So the Celica, it dates back quite a while, but there's a trim level called the Supra, and this would be the second generation of that trim level, and then later on the Supra just became its own namesake. And essentially I think the difference is the Supra's always had inline 6-cylinder engines, whereas regular Celicas would have 4-cylinder engines. And Supras are always rear-wheel drives, but there's some Celicas that had some front-wheel drive layouts, so that's not as good for sports cars. Alright, looking at that photo, not so bad. It's got the period correct wheels. Okay, it's got a nice light metallic blue. Yeah, typical Kyosho stuff. Pretty good stuff. It's considering, original price is probably like $6 or something like that. So yeah, the metallic flake isn't so bad here. It's not very big, pretty small flakes, so I like it. The wheels do look pretty nice. There's air passing between those spokes, so yeah, pretty good. And there's 4 lug nut details there as well. This is probably a JDM model, or possibly an American luxury type, but let's see. In America they had a performance version which had fender flares, but the luxury ones didn't have fender flares. I think that's supposed to say XX. Anyways, the black printing here is interesting. It's missing the mark. I think there's actually a bump here in the window casting, but this black paint is kind of missing it. Okay, and then there's a bump here for the door handle, and that black paint is hitting that pretty well. There's a molding line here, printed on, same in the back. And then you got these weird bumps sticking out here, which in the photograph there's a red reflector there. This must be the fuel filler, I'm assuming. The tires look pretty good. They're not just flat-sided, they actually have some curvature to them. And the riding stance looks pretty good too, I think. The rear might be actually too low, but the front I think looks correct. Okay. Does have casted in mirrors, no reflectivity indication either. But again, for the original price of a Kyosho blister, not so bad. I think some of the black is either missing or chipping off. Oh, I think I chipped it off. It's an old model probably. Unfortunately, Kyosho never writes the date of their copyright on the bottom of their models. Alright, so here in the front we have some recesses with some black paint. And then this is unexpected. This is a clear piece of plastic right here. I'm assuming this is probably the same piece, but it's painted orange. So that's pretty good, Kyosho. Actually putting clear lenses in instead of just painting it silver. Seems to be a hood badge. It's very small, which is probably correct in its dimensions. It's pretty small. And I think that again says XX. Seems to be some, just some grime. And also at 4 times magnification, maybe some indication of blistering, maybe, or it's just scratched. No, I think it might just need to be wiped down. Okay. So pop-up headlights are obviously in the down position. We got some bumps here for the wiper fluid, some raised painted black wiper blades, and then some blackout printed on the windows for the molding. This side looks pretty good too, except for this. What's going on there? I think that's like an extra blob of metal in the metal casting. I don't know if that's. Yeah, I don't think that's paint. Okay, nice transparent lenses here with some white and orange printed on top. And those are little pinholes going into the body. And then this area is painted black for the license plate, the lights, and the license plate itself. The rear also has a raised wiper blade painted black. And then the bottom we have the molded in part of the base exhaust muffler there. What's kind of weird is this extremely thin exhaust pipe. I just highly doubt it would be that thin on a real car, but I believe Wikipedia, so you gotta question that. But 170 to 180 horsepower for the top engine, which had been a 2.8 liter. There were some versions with just 2-liter engines. Okay, and then this particular style of Celica was available between 1981 and 1985. Alright. It's press fit together, so going to be problematic if you need to modify it or anything. Great treads, though. I think those tire treads look pretty realistic. And then I'm now noticing this black paint here on this bottom part of the car. So that's a nice... Yeah, I didn't even notice it in the photographs, but it is there. Okay, cool. What's going on here, though? I think that's a casting issue. It's not a paint issue. It's literally like a dome. So, it just didn't come out of the mold properly or something. Strange. Alright, well, gotta live with it. I'm not gonna buy a new one. I think it's good enough for my collection. So let's pull out some other Celicas here. Here's an old one from Aoshima Grachan collection. My notes say it's a 1975 RA25. I did repaint the interior and I put in some BNDS alloy wheels, so it's even more customized. This next one is by Konami. It's a Toyota Celica Coupe TA40. So I think this is the generation before. And that one's pretty cool. It's got a nice colorful interior, you know, multiple colors from Konami, and all the clear lenses front and back. Alright, so now I guess a better comparison would be this other Aoshima Grachan of a 1981 XX, but with a Liberty Walk treatment. So it's naturally lowered, it's running very small diameter wheels and tires, and on this one I put some alloy BNDS photo etch plates in there, or the actual wheels. I don't remember. If you buy those BNDS alloy wheel sets, you know, they come with aluminum rims, but they also come with 8 pieces of centers, and if you are really careful, you can keep all 8 of them. 4 go on the regular wheels that come from BNDS. Ooh, paint rash. But the other 4, they very often fit the plastic wheels that Aoshima provides. So just looking at the edges of these rims, I think these are the plastic wheels, and I just painted the middle black, and then I super glued in an extra set of the BNDS alloy plates, the photo etch metal pieces, that is. Okay, so let's put that one back, get these 2 out, and then a couple more modern Supras. This is another Aoshima, but it's a different line of cars. They're like Itashas. Itashas are putting a bunch of Japanese cartoon characters on your cars. And it's not really my thing, but whatever. Okay, and then the last one is an ignition model of the latest Supra, the GR Supra. And this one I opened up and repainted the interior because I think it's just more colorful that way. So you'll see a lot of growth is going on as every generation of car gets bigger, has more safety standards, and people are just fatter. I guess that's another reason. Okay, let's get these guys out, or I'll just pull up another spin machine. Let this Kyosho spin on its own. So, bear in mind, you know, Kyoshos, a lot of them are quite old. I would guess if this thing might be at least 10 years old. And henceforth, that black paint is chipping off that mirror. That's the only real longevity problem I see. The other is just a QC problem from the factory, that weird bump there on the roof of this thing. But as this spins around, I'm now noticing there's actually a graphic right here on the fender. If I could focus on this. Or, no, maybe that's a blemish. I thought this was actually a graphic. Or is it? I don't know. With the naked eye, it looks like it's a block of silver text. See? But from certain angles, it might just be a scratch. Unfortunately, my mobile phone isn't the best at focusing up close. Maybe that is just a scratch. I don't know, that's strange. Or maybe, well, I don't know. Well, as you saw, it was a used product, so that might have been done by the previous owner. Okay, well, anyways, I do like Celicas and Supras. So hopefully, eventually I'll get the 3rd generation Celica, which is the one after this. And Hobby Japan does have it out. It's just the first releases are very dark colors, so I don't really care for those. I'd like to actually see the bodywork, so when they come out with a lighter color, I'll probably get one of those. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you the next time around. Bye.